features, you know, the fighting, the board play, the afterwards the scrums, toughness, all the things it takes to win a hockey game. What you're going to see here are the depth we're bringing to NHL 10. All the depth, all the breadth, everything you know, that our fans have been asking for years. So for us, NHL 10, we're trying to be the orange box of sports games. You know, it's really important for us to have something for everyone. Any way you want to play the game, you can play it. So, for example, we are a sports game. We have a fighting game in our sports game. We have our version of an MMO with our EA Sports Hockey League. 400,000 people played in that league, by the way, last year. And we're an RPG. Last year we had our Be a Pro. This year we're adding our Be a GM. And that is putting you in the shoes of an NHL general manager. And we'll go through that in a little bit. And adding lots of other modes that you'll see here. Something for everyone, something our fans have been asking for. That's the key. So right here, Battle for the Cup. This is the new Play Now. Play Now is sold last year. Brian, you're sitting with your buddies on a Friday night drinking Cokes and Sprites, milk, and you want to play a little bit. Well, now you sit there and you can play a 1-game, 3-game, 5-game, or 7-game series for the Stanley Cup. Real fun, simple way to play for the Cup right away. Adds a whole new element to just competing with your buddies sitting on the couch. So actually, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to load a Battle for the Cup I had going, just to show you some of the features in it. So it's its own series, and I'm going to get to a game here. I have the Canadiens versus the Ducks. So again, you can put any teams in here, and in this case, it'll be a pretty good final, I think. And in this case, we have some injuries. So stories are going on throughout the entire series. As you play, there's going to be injuries. Even during the game, you're gonna, if you have a player who gets injured, your trainer will ask you, do you want to continue to play this player in this game, sit him on the bench, or actually sit him out and get him ready for maybe game 2 or game 3, or even save him for game 4 or 5. If you play a guy who's injured, I have 3 guys injured. If you play a guy who's injured, they're going to play with lower attributes. If a guy injured his knee or his ankle, his skating will be a bit slower. A guy injured his shoulder, his shots will be a bit slower. So again, staying authentic to what would happen, a lot of times your best bet is to sit a guy and rest him. I'm sure most people will just play. That guy has a bigger chance of injury if you put him back in there already injured. You can cause some damage where he'll never come back in the series. I'll show you. Okay, let's go in. And again, I saw the show the City 3, but you could start any line. So sometimes I'll start line 4 just to get my tough guys out there right away and set the tone for the game. Because talking to our gameplay features, you have the intimidation, you have all the things. If you win a fight, your line gets more energy. So, you know, we have all that, and being tough can actually win you a game. Not every team has it, not every team needs to use it. But here's something interesting. So every time into your playoff game, we have kind of a headline of what's going on in the series. So here, Getzlaf injured one of my players, and the storyline is, you know, will we seek retribution for that? When Getzlaf touches the puck in Montreal, the entire crowd will boo him every time he touches the puck, which is very realistic to hockey, as you see when you go to a game, whether it be the Sharks, the Wild, me growing up with the Islanders. You know, the fans are knowledgeable, and you know, they boo guys right now. They boo Pronger everywhere he goes, but you know, they're going to boo a guy who injured one of your players, which is really cool. And the question is, I can go after him and set the tone and get him back for what he's done to my team. And you know, we've already shown, you know, what playoffs are like in our game. So the fans are waving towels, they're going crazy, they're banging on the glass, they're wearing jerseys of your team. In the playoffs, we just amp everything up by 100%, and your team really feels that home ice advantage. Okay, so I'm not going to play right now, but you guys can play after if you like. That's our Battle for the Cup mode. Very cool way to just play a quick game for something instead of just an exhibition game. So now we'll go into some game modes. First, playoff mode. So again, this is something our fans have been asking for many years. and this is where you can play an entire playoffs with up to 16 teams, and you can play all 16 of these teams can be user controlled, so you can have some wicked playoffs going on. If you weren't happy that your favorite team didn't make the playoffs, well, substitute them in and play with them. If Milan wanted to play with the Bruins playing Carolina again so they could win Game 7, you can do that and have them go to the finals or go to the semis in that case. Second thing I want to show you is for our new modes, besides Battle for the Cup, is our season mode. Now our fans have been asking for this for many years too. This is, it's not as big and full as a Dynasty mode, but it's a much simpler mode that takes place over the course of one season. The reason this is so important is because all 30 teams can be user controlled, and the reason that's important is well, not only because you can have some really cool seasons with all of your buddies, but with all 30 teams user controlled, you can control every team in the league. So a lot of our users want to mimic real life and want to have the season go exactly like the real season goes. So now players get traded in real life, or they get hurt, or sent down, or whatever it is. You just control all 30 teams exactly how you want it, mimic real life, and play the games how you want to play it. The second thing there, and you can play anywhere in between 1 person and 30 players as well. Fantasy draft, that's another big thing our fans have been asking for. I can honestly tell you, if we didn't include fantasy draft this year, I'd be sent death threats and probably be mugged outside of our studio when I leave, because our fans have wanted that for many years, and yeah, we're happy to give it back to people, and that's something that's very interesting, very fun, especially if you have 30 users all doing a fantasy draft. Really cool way to play.